Kalbarri is a beautiful Western Australian seaside town located on the Murchison River. It was established in 1951 and is approximately 590 kilometres north of Perth. Behind me, this is Jake's apparently. I cannot believe, Imogen, that you surfed that. That is out of control. Now this area was named after an elder from the Murchison tribe. That's where Kalbarri come from. And believe it or not, it is also an edible seed. Time for me to hit the waves. That's looking gnarly, dude. Well, small change of plans, Imogen. We're now going to do some jigging. So I've got a Gamoku jig, about 80 to 100 grams. You've got a squidgy prawn. The key here, get to the bottom, lift it off the bottom, and wait for the massive strike. What do you reckon?
Let's do it.
Let's go. Oh, that's a nice fish. Oh, that was cool. I've refined my jigging practices.
What do you reckon you got?
Oh, I reckon I got something big. I refined my jigging practices. I was jigging with what they call a tea bag, thank you, Imogen, where I just lift and drop. And then Jay came down and said, Paul, just try this new action. And it's a real little fluttering action. And as soon as I tried it, my jig got absolutely snaffled. This is a solid fish, and Imogen, I just love it when you're doing this bottom fishing. I mean, I do lots of different fishing, but I rate this bottom fishing. What's one of your favourite forms of fishing?
Definitely bottom fishing.
You love it?
100%.
Why?
I couldn't tell you. It's just,
You just love it?
I guess just the fish that you can rip up. Just,
Yeah. I love the whole aspect, you never know what you're going to catch next.
Yeah.
And I love it when the fish just powers back down towards the bottom and you feel that intense power. That's just so cool. Now, this is solid. There's bubbles coming out. What do we got here? It's a good size big one.
Oh.
That is a solid red throat emperor. How's the gob on the thing? I'll do the old lift. Look at the size of that.
That's a cool red throat.
It's going to come straight back up. It's a beautiful fish. Come on, mate. Come on. Look at that. What a magnificent looking fish. Come around here, Imogen. How cool is that fish on a jig?
That is a good size red throat.
It is now called a red throat emperor for obvious reasons. His throat is just red the whole way back. These things, they pull so hard that first sort of 3 or 4 metres rip you back into the reef, but then they give up just a little bit and you'll see that jig hanging out there. I mean, fun to catch on bait, but how cool is it to catch it on a hunk of metal?
Yeah, definitely.
Very, very cool. Check out that red throat if he'll actually open his gob. Open up, dude. Thank you. Luckily, I speak a bit of fish. Imogen, I cannot believe you've already got a line back at the bottom. I haven't even released our fish yet.
I want one of those. I'm jealous.
You'll get one. The good thing about them too, they don't suffer from barotrauma too badly, so see how he's swimming down?
Look at him go.
It's a real good thing because he's going to swim back to the bottom and maybe just, oh, he's going for your jig now, I can see him. Quick, Imogen, quick! You mucked it up, you're unreal. Right on the bottom. That was literally hit the bottom, one lift, and I don't reckon this is a red throat. It's a different fight to that last fish.
What do you reckon we got?
Oh, maybe red throat.
Another big red throat?
It just did the same thing as the red throat after not doing the same thing. But you really don't know, eh? Look, coral trout you can pick sometimes because they have that really aggressive hit at the start, then give up a bit.
Was it as soon as you hit the bottom, or did you have to do a little?
I literally hit the bottom, whacked it into gear, lift, and there was a fish on it. You can see colour.
Oh, I reckon it might be another red throat.
Oh, look at the size of that! Imogen, that's what you call a very successful fillet and release. Have you ever seen anyone?
Who's lost the red throat?
I'm a little bit scared. Have you ever seen anyone fillet a fish and release it that quick?
No.
That is why I got my own fishing show.
Oh, no!
Look at the size of that! Oh, you go! You are getting smoked!
Oh.
How's the bend of that rod? Now, he's going hard. This is a big fish. Now, I reckon it ate the prawn. You're gonna have to go as hard as you can, get up the bottom before the sharks come. Now, we know there's a big shark down there, don't we?
Oh, I don't want that shark to come back.
That is a big fish. I'm just gonna up your drag a bit. You keep fighting, you keep
Right.
fighting. That is gold. You are getting smoked. Now that little rod is one of my favourite little rods in the world. When you picked it up this morning, what did you say?
I love it.
It is too cool.
It's so light.
It is so light. It's called a game type J from the Japanese domestic market. It's a B for bait cast, 603. Oh no! The hook
Lost
fell
it.
out. No! How big was that?
That was big fish. So deep.
That was a massive, massive fish. I reckon the
Quick,
hook's,
get back down there.
I reckon the hook has just fallen out. You know what that is?
Yeah.
That's bad luck. Oh!
What have we got?
I don't know, but it's growing. Not as big as the last few, Immy, but still good. Can I call you Immy now? I've known you for 6 minutes?
Imo,
Oh,
Imo.
thank goodness. Oh. Now, you love your surfing?
That's right.
What do you like more, surfing or fishing?
Oh, that's way too hard.
Oh!
I
That's,
could not make a decision on that.
and your fiance, he's a big wave surfer, is he?
Yeah.
How big are we talking? Like 2 or 3 feet? Like seriously stuff that'd scare me?
Oh, 100%. Him and his brother are crazy.
They are crazy. They surf big waves.
Big slabs, yeah.
That the idea of that totally freaks me out. But,
What do you reckon you've got on here?
Well, based on my years of experience, Imogen, I'm fairly confident that this is a fish. But apart from that, I've got some colour here. I'm struggling apart from that. Ah, Spangled Emperor. Nice. Now these are beautiful fish. You catch them on both the east and west coast of Australia. Come in here, Imogen. How pretty are they with their blue lines on their faces?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Also known as Norwest Snapper. The interesting thing about these fish, you can catch them in like 2 metres of water, but you can also catch them in 200 metres of water.
Really?
Yeah, they love feeding on crabs, crustaceans, all that sort of stuff. The bigger
Such a
fish will feed on
pretty
fish. Just gorgeous, those lines. And they grow to 10 kilos.
No way.
That's a big one, but generally when it comes to recreational fishing in WA, this is a sort of fish that anyone who comes up to this part of the world would just dream to catch because they're such magnificent fish both to catch.
Oh, and they taste so good.
Not bad on the chew either. This girl does love eating fish. Pretty cool eating, but nice to put back too. See you, dude. Away she goes. This is a 150 gram flutter jig I'm using today. You'll notice that the hook actually hangs off the front of the jig. So on the very front there, I've got a split ring. On that is a solid ring, then a split ring, then a swivel. Split ring onto my VMC hook. And the reason I actually run the swivel and the split rings, there's a lot of Spanish mackerel here, fish with big teeth. So if they bite down on the rings and the swivel, it actually acts like a wire trace. They're not going to bite me off. The other thing it does, it gives that hook there the opportunity to move around freely. You get a lot more hookups because the fish actually come through, try to hit the jig around the head, come through, get the hook. Plus, if you had the hook on the bottom, you're going to snag the reef a lot more often. So I'm just dropping down to the bottom. The technique is literally just a little jiggle like that to get the jig moving and just wind the handle slow. So I'm slowly bringing the jig up off the bottom. Once I get up about 2 metres, a lift and then drop back down. The fish can hit it on the lift, the drop, the jig. In fact, oh, I thought I got hit then.
I'm so jealous right now.
Imo, look, I know I'm an extremely good looking man. There's no need to be jealous. I'm sure you're going to blossom into a beautiful young woman one day too. Oh, you mean the fish? Sorry, you mean the fish. Oh. So I think we're going to get you onto a jig next. What do you reckon?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's get you in a jig. Now, not saying that the jig's going to work any better for you, but at the moment the jig's doing okay, isn't it?
You've been killing it.
What do we got here?
Oh, nice retro.
Another big red-throat emperor. Not as big as the first few, but still magnificent
At
fish.
least the shark didn't get this one.
That's exactly right. Oh, sorry. And how's the fight this fish still has in it? I reckon it's interesting on the jig. They just go smack on that jig and then you get that incredible fight, but they're not truly spent when they come up. And a lot of people, particularly older people, I'm not having a go here, but older fishermen just don't understand jigging. They think you've got to put a slab of meat down there, slab of fish, whatever, wait for the tap, 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 bang. But I'm here to tell you, jigging works, it's successful, because that there just looks like a little fish bouncing off the bottom, and 9 times out of 10 you'll catch the bigger fish on the jig because it's that reaction bite, and the fight, well, that's pretty good too. Good eating, but another one going back. Whitey, what sort of ground are you actually looking for to try and find like fish zoned in on a particular patch?
Yeah, sure. We're trying to look for a little bit of structure, but there's not an awful lot around Kalbarri. A lot of the time the fish are actually in depressions off Kalbarri rather than rises, so they can sit and get out of the current that way. So basically some hard ground, a bit of rubble, some good flare up on your bottom lock on your sounder, and some fish as well on there. Look, it's a good place to start.
And quite often here you've got big patches of sand, little bommies sort of spread out amongst the place, and then the fish just move between them?
They do, and they follow the sand edges along, and there's a few, I imagine, they're soft corals, and those soft corals will have bait fish and stuff hanging around them, so they attract the fish as well. And
the $1 million question, which every fisherman always asks me, how long do you persist at a spot before you decide to move?
Good question. If the fish aren't on the bite, move on.
So a couple of drifts?
A couple of drifts. I mean, if you use almanacs and bite times and that, then if you're on a spot during that bite and you're not getting something, then move. But don't go too far, because you want to be in that bite time. You don't want to be travelling while the fish are chewing.
Yeah, you always want to be on the bottom fishing at that best time.
Yeah.
Look at the fish down there now. And I thought it was absurd, but it actually was worth a go. So,
oh, look at that.
I'd say it's a mackie, and you have got a mackie on a plackie, which doesn't happen every day, and you've got no wire leader, so let's hope you've got him pinned right in the lip. Otherwise you're gonna be like, come this side up. So we're literally just making a short move to try and get on the next drift, and Imogen threw her plastic out, and basically what, you saw the birds and figured there'd be something under them?
Yeah, I just threw it straight out.
Got nailed.
Straight up.
Good work. This place is alive with fish, isn't it?
Kalbarri.
So, and you're telling me your man is a crayfisherman. You reckon there's crayfish here that is everywhere, is that right?
Oh, littered.
Serious? And you got a few in the freezer, you don't even bother eating crayfish?
Freezer full of crayfish
Full.
at the moment.
If I slip past later, you might be able to slip a few crays in my carry-on luggage?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, that's very hurtful. They're like underwater rabbits, she reckons. They're everywhere, these crays.
What do we got?
What do we got here? Little tuna, maybe? Oh, beautiful striped tuna. Magnificent fish. Little striped tuna. Now I'm going to come in there. He's not quite finished yet. I'm going to do the swing for you. That is a perfect release. And the Russian judge says 9.5. Look, I was going to let it go anyway.
Yeah, we didn't want it.
You know why I did that? You said I couldn't have any of those crayfish, and I'm very hurt. Port Gregory is located about 50 kilometres south of Kalbarri, and it contains the beautiful Pink Lake. The pink hues in the lake come from a form of algae, and believe it or not, that same algae is used in food dyes that you'll find in your kitchen. Depending on the time of day, season, and the amount of cloud cover, the lake changes through an incredible spectrum, from red to bubblegum pink over to a beautiful lilac purple. The best time of day to visit is either mid-morning or sundown, and I'm here to tell you, it is well worth a look. So Whitey, you've come down off the tower to drop a line, which I'm very happy about. Yeah. These are fish-rich waters, but Kalbarri isn't the only place you do charters in WA, I assume?
No, that's correct. We do trips out to the Bryce Islands as well. Thoroughly enjoy that. We do overnighters out there. It's a little bit too far to do on a day trip.
Yep.
But some fantastic fishing over there. You get all sorts of fish. The amazing thing about Kalbarri, it's probably one of the few spots that you can catch a West Australian jewfish, a pearl perch and a red emperor on the same spot.
And whatever that was is gone too. And is that because you're just on that right line?
It's right where the water temps and the ground changes from full-blown coral with a bit of weed mixed into it, a bit of kelp, which the jewfish love, and the other fish are swimming through it as well.
Go Whitey!
Oh, yeah. That's a fish.
Now, are you trying to upstage me just coming out for 2 minutes, dropping down and nailing a big one?
Someone's got to show you how to do it.
Unbelievable, you know what? All those 1,600 hours is it a year?
Yeah, roughly.
You'd want to know how to catch a fish after all that. That's epic, hey? How's the bend in that rod?
Nice, aren't they? They're smooth rods.
It's a beautiful little stick. So you've got the strength, and for this jigging, it's so nice to have that thin braid because you don't get that sort of push out of the nice vertical drop.
Absolutely.
What are you thinking, mate? You've seen a lot of fish come over the side of this boat.
Yeah, it's not doing a lot. It sort of feels a little bit jewfish-like.
That's what I was thinking. I'm hoping. Here we come. We've got colour. Whatever it is, it's fairly large and getting bigger by the second. Oh, Rankin Cod, mate. That is a beauty.
Have a look at that.
Now swing it over. He's just hooked. Just give me a little bit. I'm going to try a lift. Here we go. Oh, Whitey.
Beautiful.
You are the man. That is an absolute stonker. Come back here, get some light on this fish.
What a cracker.
Tell me a bit about Rankin Cod.
Well, they're one of the best eating fish out here, along with bulching groper. These probably rate right up there. This one for Kalbarri is an absolute stonker. That's a solid Rankin. Amazing fish. These white dots here underwater, the divers tell us that they glow brilliant blue underwater. You can just see a little bit in the tail still there.
So underwater, they've almost got that coral trout, bar cheek coral trout blue.
Absolutely, yeah.
That is special, Whitey, mate. This is why he's the skipper and I'm just the bloke who holds the fishing rod occasionally. That is a great effort, mate. Well done. Oh, yeah, it's taking a bit of string, is it? I think it's big now. It just took about 10 metres of line. That's a solid fish. That's it. Get your arm in the right position. Yeah, it's not that big, is it? It's
Well,
hang on. Do you always stand like this, or only when you're on little fish? That's the question I pose. That's a nice fish. Very, very big.
Very big?
Very big. I can feel it.
big?
We did say this drop we could feel some more big fish coming. We haven't even had lunch yet. That's how busy this bite's been. I'm fading away to a shadow. Here comes the fish. Looks like a red throat. Big red throat. Nice. Whoa! Well played. Hang on. Let me grab it. Let a bit of line out. Let a bit of line out, or just swing it over like that. However it rocks and rolls. Hey, that is a monster red throat. Is that your biggest red throat of the day?
I think it would be. I think it'd be my biggest red throat ever.
Well, you know what? Best days fishing ever, biggest red throat ever, on a jig too. That is a stonker. If you can surf as good as you can fish, I'll be scared watching. Because you just be dropping in on everyone. What does that mean, by the way, dropping in? Is that good or bad?
Bad, that's bad.
You corpse, hello. Go, Emmy. Soon as hit the bottom again. That's interesting, that fish. It's got a lot of weight, but not a lot of pull.
But yeah, it's not kicking.
Might be a Rankin.
It just wants to come up.
Might be a coral trout. Could be one of 100 things.
Yeah, it's not kicking at all.
Isn't that random? I reckon you got a small Rankin, that's my guess.
Maybe I got a huge lump of seaweed.
You never know. Just come around this way a bit. You miss that board. Oh, I can see a fish. We have a fish. Ah, what did I say?
Rankin.
I said I reckon you got a small Rankin. And it's a Rankin. Now try and swing it around. Actually, you might even be able to lift it on this rod, eh? What do you reckon? So there you go. That's the go. Well played. Grab your fish. Just try and support its belly like that. Isn't that cool?
Oh my God, they're so spiky.
Have you caught many Rankin?
Yeah, I've caught a few.
So you generally fish in shallow waters. What sort of depth?
About 15, 20 metres.
And what species you get in there?
Get a fair few Rankin, a few baldies, pinkies.
Plenty.
Good enough for me.
I reckon I might have to stop in close on the way home. It's just too good. Just thought I'd try something different. Dropped a little bit of bait down. I reckon it took about 3 seconds to get snaffled, and this isn't a bad fish. Took a bit of line. Imo's still getting a Rankin off over there, which will probably go back, but the bite is so hot, every time a rod hits the bottom, it's just bang, bang, bang. And gotta say, never been to Kalbarri before, but I am loving the place. The people are awesome. Here's my fish now. The fishing is awesome, and it is just way too cool for school. And that is another absolute stonker of a red-throat emperor.
Oh, nice red throat, Paul. I'm gonna let my Rankin go.
Sold. That's a beautiful fish. Straight back down. Out goes one. In comes another. And how's the head on this thing? These fish are coming in thick and fast. Look at that belly flap. It's just like my soft plastic. No wonder the plastic's been working so well. Feels good. Oh,
come on, Deweys.
It got some go.
What did you have on then?
This is that same piece of mackie that I caught the last one on. And I reckon, Imogen, we're between tides at the moment, and these fish are just backed off a bit. I reckon it might be worth putting a couple of baits down now, just trying something different until they really start firing up again. Yeah. Because this is wrong. 2 drops, 2 fish straight away. And it seems to still be a solid fish, which is really nice. Look at the bend in that rod.
Yeah.
Oof. That's really weird. It's almost like a trevally the way that rod tip's going crack, crack, crack. That's a really weird fight, eh?
Is it kicking? Well, it took some line before.
Yeah, it took line. It's kicking. It's bending. And now all those big head kicks in. Look at that. They're really weird.
Deweys.
Here we go, we've got colour. What have we got? It's reddish. Is it a red emperor? I think it might be. Now, I might need a net to get this fish. It's a beauty and a light gear. I can't tell you how excited I am. I'm going to slip him over the net for you, Joe. Just slide him in this way. And let me just say, that is why you come to Kalbarri. That is why you go fishing anywhere in deep water in Western Australia, Queensland. Unbelievable. That is a serious red emperor. It is a member of the Lujanet family, just like the mangrove jack, just like the golden snapper. I believe it could be Lujanet sea bay. And you look at those beautiful stripes over the eye there, like the Zorro stripes, the big flanks. As these fish get bigger, they actually lose those. And I saw a photo earlier. JR Decky has caught one of these on this boat in this spot. 14 kilos. Lucky he's got some big guns. That is one of the most beautiful fish the ocean could ever provide. Yeah, baby, Kalbarri. Get yourself on this boat, come and catch some monsters. It is out of control. If you're travelling by vehicle from Perth to Kalbarri, make sure you stop and check out the Lincoln Convict Depot. It operated from 1853 to 1856, and essentially it was a small satellite town erected so the convicts could work in the local lead mine. Now, you always got to look for the positives. Imagine how tough it would have been back in those days. The good news though, great local fishing, and they had plenty of sinkers. It's a double. Go, Emmy. I think we might have hit the honey hole. What do you think? Oh, this has taken string. Mate, when that thing hit your line, how's the bend in that rod again? This is crazy. Like, you just think, how does a day get better? Another move, hit the bottom straight away. But now just don't let our lines touch you, go over, mate. And straight away, I think these are 2 very serious fish.
On.
Is yours taking any line?
No.
Oh!
Was at the start, but it doesn't feel as big now.
No, that's because he's coming up in the water column.
Maybe he's just swimming towards
He's swimming towards you, and he's probably a little bit bloated, so he's coming up a bit like floating. But whatever these are, they're big. And I actually dropped the first one. You hooked up. I put my bait back down thinking,
you did too.
Yeah.
Have you got bait on?
I've got a little bit of bait on the back of the jig. I can see colour. What do you got? It is a beautiful Rankin. What a massive fish. That is awesome. And I don't know what this is, but that pulled so hard. Well done. I got colour here. I think it's the right colour. I reckon this is a fish I've been looking for all day. It is. It is the West Australian Jewfish. That is gold. Look at that. Dewey on a jig with just a strip of bait. I actually dropped the first fish, which I reckon was even bigger than this. It come through and snacked it. You caught the Rankin. Come here. Hang on, look at the camera and go, yeah, baby. West Australian jewfish, they're iconic, aren't they?
So jealous right now. I need to get back down there.
Let's get this fish in the boat and show you this beautiful species. This is what WA is all about. Go, Emmy. Yeah, baby. Oh, well played. Let me just say, without any further ado, how big is this thing? Now, I'm gonna try and lift him. If you can just help me support this fish, watch those anal spines. Isn't that a special fish? Oh, he still wants to go. As I was saying, isn't that a special fish?
Oh, it's a good one too.
That is awesome. From Augusta in the south, all the way up here to Kalbarri on the west coast. That's pretty much the jewfish's range. They're endemic to Western Australia. And you know this fish is a male?
No, how do you tell that?
See that dorsal fin there? See that leading edge, that one that you're playing with there? The males have that long leading edge, the females don't have it at all. It's almost like his little, the rooster with his big comb. It gets a bit excited, probably swims past the reef and displays it and says, look how good I am. West Australian jewfish, these are probably the pinnacle. If the red emperor isn't the pinnacle of WA fishing, this is the WA bottom fish that everyone wants to catch. I love these
How
things.
stoked are you?
I am very, very excited. All I need now is for you to catch a few more monsters. What a day we've had so far. And you know what? It is far from over. The rods just keep bending, the fish keep getting bigger. Come to Kalbarri, come and check out Evolution Charters, because seriously, the evolution, I don't think we can evolve anymore. It's getting bigger and bigger. Solid fish. Now, I can see it already, we've moved in closer in 15 metres of water, and we've literally moved in just under the rocks here. Ah, what do you call this in these parts?
Looks like I got a pinky.
A pinky. Now, you know what? We call them pinkies if they're that big in Victoria, but if that fish grew to like 7 kilos here, what would you call it then?
A pinky.
That is very random. We only call the little ones pinkies.
Well, that makes sense. But...
Yeah, it does. And in South Australia, they call them ruggers. And here, doesn't matter what they are,
really?
they're pinkies. And they changed its scientific name about 10 years ago. It used to be Chrysophorus auratus, now it's Pagus auratus. You're going to sleep better tonight knowing that fact.
I definitely am.
What I try to do, I try to learn fish's scientific names so I can bore people at dinner parties.
It's a good skill to have, know all the scientific names.
It's just how I roll. I'm pretty cool. Go, Imogen. That's a solid fish, eh? Now, these are ball chin groper waters.
I bet you it's a baldy.
Fingers crossed, it's whitish, could be pink, maybe another snapper. Snapper maybe?
Baldy.
No, baldy! Bring it over, how's the colours on that thing? That is a beautiful baldy, well played. OMG, how's the size of that thing?
Good size baldy.
That is amazing now.
How's these pretty colours?
Oh, the colours are incredible. Now, to pick a ball chin groper, they've got obviously the white chin, but they've also got 2 white spots on the awl of where that pectoral fin inserts there. Should be a white spot.
Yeah.
I can't actually see it from here. And they just love eating crabs, love eating any crustacean. And I reckon, my opinion, don't let me influence you at all, I reckon that is the greatest eating fish within 1,000
It
kilometres
is,
of here.
but hands down my favourite.
And I reckon they taste so good because of all those crustaceans they eat. They're just like little prawns and crays. Now, the big question, a plate of ball chin or a plate of cray? What do you take?
I could not decide.
That is my kind of dilemma. That is just gold.